Dragon Ball Sparking Zero is censored, as if this game needed any more problems. I mean, coming off that trailer, Saiyan Saga and Namek Saga, as if we need a Saiyan and Namek Saga 2 months before the game releases. Oh no, it's not like they're just trying to pad out and buy time because they ran out of content to show. But another thing that was noticed, that I noticed, I haven't seen anyone else bring this up, and I brought it up during my actual reaction for that sad, pathetic Sparking Zero trailer, is that Dragon Ball Sparking Zero has been censored. And there's 2 key moments that will let you know that this is the case. And there's a lot of different aspects of the game that will let you know that that is the case. So we'll start off with the 2 moments that were in the trailer, of course, during the Frieza portion of the reveal trailer. I don't know how you're revealing Frieza at this point in a Dragon Ball game when he's been in literally every Dragon Ball game, but that's neither here nor there. During the Frieza trailer, we got to the point where Frieza was going second form, and of course he's doing his ultimate, which again, this is referencing the show, and of course we know that Frieza impales Krillin with his horns in second form, and he does some jerking around, up and down, and then he throws Krillin off and he blasts him. That's what he's supposed to do, and it's been that way in every Dragon Ball game. Again, BT1, BT2, BT3, Raging Blast 1, Raging Blast 2. And they might not get as graphic because this is not a Mortal Kombat game. They might not have Krillin coughing up blood or the opponent coughing up blood while this is going on, but you still get to see what is going on, and for the most part is uncensored. Well, that is until now, where you get this trailer, and instead of actually showing the move going on, you get a white screen of censorship, and that's it. So every time you use that ultimate, if you use that character, which I can't imagine too many people wanting to use this character at this point, if you use his ultimate, instead of actually seeing what's going on, you're going to get a white screen of censorship, and that's it. Really? Really? Now, I don't understand how the other iterations of this move that have existed prior to Sparking Zero could not have been used as a template for this move, because again, we'll address the fact that Sparking Zero has no problem using old assets. So why would they have not just gone to Raging Blast 2 or BT3 and used those iterations of the move? And again, they are not that graphic. You just know Frieza has horns. He hits the opponent in the midsection. You know they're on his horns. He does some jerking around and throws him off and does a blast or whatever. So that's too much for this game. That's the step too far for a game. Because violence is it's a Dragon Ball fighting game. So why would you shy away from the violence? It's not like we're getting Mortal Kombat levels here. That's just a very simplistic, basic move that you're censoring with a white screen of censorship. A white screen for no reason. Oh, and that's not even the worst of it, because then we get to Zarbon and we get to his monster form and he does his ultimate. And when I tell you that this is the most watered down, pathetic version of that ultimate that I have ever seen, I mean that with the utmost sincerity. This ultimate is the worst looking ultimate. One kick, one slap, and then a throw. When in the past, Zarbon headbutts the opponent. He's just barraged him with headbutts, and then he does all that. So if you go, again, look up the BT3 version, compare it to Sparking Zero, this has definitely been censored. Like, they just made him barely do anything at all for an ultimate, which is supposed to be over the top. That's how much censorship has gotten involved. And of course, then we get to third form Frieza. And when I tell you that this is the most pathetic iteration of Crazy Finger Beam in any Dragon Ball game, again, I mean so with the utmost sincerity. From Budokai 3 all the way to Tenkaichi 3 to Raging Blast 2 to Ultimate Tenkaichi even. This version right here in Sparking Zero is the most pathetic version of Crazy Finger Beam in Dragon Ball games history. Even the cutscene in Budokai 1 had more impact. And I say impact because that's been a major point of criticism in the Sparking Zero community, is this game lacks impact overall, and now we might have a little bit more perspective as to why that is. It's not that they don't know what they're doing. This is censorship. When you look at this crazy finger beam, in every other game, the developers understand that the opponent or the target is supposed to be jerking around viciously, violently jerking around while they're getting hit with all these beams, like they're getting hit with Gatling fire, and then you finish it off. In this version, it's like the character's being tickled. It literally reminds me of the moment in Dragon Ball GT where Omega Shenron is tickling SS4 Gogeta. And that's not what you're supposed to get with this move. The character is supposed to be jerking around. It is supposed to be violent. It's one of the most violent parts in Dragon Ball Z history. And you've reduced it down to a damn tickle. To a damn tickle. And that might explain why all the other, we've gone over different aspects of this game lacking impact. Of course, we went over Android 18 and the whole grab situation. And we've gone over the Goku Super Saiyan Mid Meteor Smash situation. And now, it's not because they didn't know how to animate impacts. It's literally just a censorship job. No, those moves look too violent. While over here, Mortal Kombat is making money. They just released the trailer, the Animalities trailer. That wasn't too violent for a game. No, let's put that in. But a Dragon Ball game, and make no mistake about it, I don't care about Sparking Zero, but what are the implications for all Dragon Ball games going forward? Because if they'll do it over here in Sparking Zero, what does that mean for a potential Xenoverse 3? What does that mean for any future Dragon Ball game, a Dragon Ball Fighters 2? You see what I'm saying? This is a way bigger situation. Now, a lot of people are going to try to bring up a defense mechanism for this game and say, well, it's not censored. They got one-arm future Gohan. This game is DEI. Of course they're gonna have future Gohan with one arm when they don't show how he lost the arm, but it does fit their DEI checkbox. It checks a box off of that. Oh, you got a character who's handy capable, future Gohan. There you go, check. So of course they'll add him. But then all the moves have no impact. We haven't even addressed the fact that in this game that's supposed to be so detail driven, you don't have a drop of blood. Now, I'm not even taking it to an extreme degree like Mortal Kombat, but when you see like the character damage models in this game, you don't get blood. You get little light red scratches. You can't even get red blotches. I'm not trying to say it's supposed to be like Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance where the characters are just dripping blood all over the stage. I'm not saying that, but no, you can't have any blood, no red blot, like that's a major part. But you want to try to defend it by saying future Gohan one arm, future Gohan one arm. Why don't you have one arm TN? Oh, because you can see the fact, like you can see it better, because you can see where there's no limb there. You can see it because he doesn't wear a shirt. See, they can cover that up with the fact that Gohan wears a shirt, but they still get their DEI initiative by having a handy capable character. But no blood. All the impact is toned down significantly. So what's the point of this game at this point? And what is the impact? Because this could snowball out of control if left unchecked. This is just a precursor. That's all this is. This is a harbinger of what's to come in future Dragon Ball games, and it all started with Sparking Zero. That's why this game can't be allowed to succeed. It's already bringing in the censorship. Down to how the characters react to being hit. You're jerking around too much, tone it down. Oh, but that's not a problem for DEI Capcom. That's not a problem for GTA, but the non-Western studio that hasn't been completely DEI'd yet, they have to tone down everything they're doing. down to when and how characters react to damage. White screens of censorship. I don't know, guys. We're gonna have to start putting this under a magnifying glass. You know, I was already putting Sparking Zero under a magnifying glass before, but now that censorship has taken root, you've got to scan every one of those trailers. What happens when you get down to Team Gohan? Because everyone was talking about the perfect cell moment. Maybe that's why they switched it up. Maybe they said, no, that's too much blood on future Gohan, take it away. Because you know he doesn't lose his arm, it's just hanging there and it's supposed to be bloodied and battered. Maybe they said, nope, that's too much. Tone it down. That's all I got to say. This is terrible. This is terrible. I don't care about Sparking Zero, but it's how this affects other Dragon Ball games if we don't pay attention. I don't want a Dragon Ball game. Forget Sparking Zero. I don't want a Dragon Ball game where the characters are barely allowed to jerk around because it might be too violent. What? So my character can't double over in pain. They're getting hit by Broly or hit by Omega Shenron. They gotta just lightly twitch. Like, nah, bruh. No. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, enable all notifications. Okay, we gotta put this under a magnifying glass.